Okay, everybody, we are back. It's been just a week. I originally intended to do some off-camera stuff to try and get some of the things that we've not had the luck to get yet. But I was pretty busy throughout a lot of the week, very tired a lot of the time, and just didn't remember to get around to it. Whoops. That's okay, it's not really necessary to do that, is it? We just have this going. Let's work on this. How's it going? It's going pretty alright, thank you. I hope those clickings aren't necessarily coming through. Those are the armrests on my chair. They can rotate a little bit, and they make a clicking noise when they do. Let's take a look at our group again real quick. Right as we're walking into a fight. Oh, I forgot to put that away. That's fine. So, just to review, we are using sea level attacks for everything except for Baradis, which is D level, because there's no sea level version of that. We don't get that until pretty deep into Earth Forest 3 that we get an upgrade for that, I think. However, to make up for that, we do have that A rank attack buff spell. So that'll be pretty nice. We'll get to see that. Goals? Not specifically. It's pretty much just to see where I get in the course of the stream. Also, wow, look at how much mana Regalia eats. I'm pretty sure it's gonna help us out quite a bit here with our ability to fight these enemies, though. So, first, I guess things that would be good to do, I would definitely like to get through this area and get access to Fire Forest 3, which should not be too hard to do. If I can get access to the 6th party member slot, that would be pretty great. I'd like to clear at least one of the 3rd stage forests. That will probably end up being the Earth Forest, because that is just always the easiest for me anyway, so... Again, we'll see how it all pans out. At this moment, I am not completely decided as to what will happen. And I think this merge is completely fresh on our fire side, so I don't... Yeah, I'm not going to waste the extra turn yet. Let's do things this way. Yeah, level 1. Yeah, it seems to be a pretty solid move, all considered. And I should hope so at that mana cost. And the fact that it cost an amount of money that is a little big for the part of the game that we're in right now. Should be able to... Oh, we didn't quite get the sneak attack. It was a little bit off-center there. But also, this attack is particularly unique because it is one of the very few in this entire game that I have never seen the attack animation for. The Regalia spell, I have never seen that used. I don't think it is used anywhere in the game unpatched. Obviously, it's supposed to be on the Ginunga Sea Beast, which is glitched out of the game. But, like, nothing actually carries it in terms of, like, enemies or anything like that. There is... Oh, there's this thing that we didn't get. That's some free money. What was I saying? God. Yeah, so the other skills that are air quotes lost, I believe all of them actually do have enemies that use them. Like, I'm pretty sure you can find somebody that uses the whatever Life Drain, or whatever the Water Scorpion attack is. One of the bosses I know used Selamnite, and that pissed me off a lot. Mitrea was already available. Ragulia was the only Earth spell that was not available. The ones that were unavailable otherwise were the three... There were 3 water spells. There was, I think it's called Power Steel, which is the C rank health drain attack. That one's pretty infamous. There's another attack that is very similar to existing life and mana draining spells that is equipped by a water variant of the Scorpy monster. And Selamnite, which is, again, one of the other ones that's pretty well known and tends to piss people off a lot. So, those 4 were added back in. There are a couple of extra moves that were legitimately unobtainable that are boss-bound that were added back in. I don't 100% know how to feel about that, but we are going to be picking those up at some point, so, you know what? I guess I probably will just not put them to much use. But we will collect them for the purposes of trying to get as much out of this game as we can. And otherwise, there were eggs added for the little Kalma beasts, which is actually pretty neat. And also, there are 2, I believe, beast eggs that were for beasts that are unfinished. One of them being an earth element version of the Alco that you can buy in the shop, which apparently, from what I've been told, its textures are not finished either. So it's just using the default textures and placed way too high up. Which is kind of funny sounding, actually. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to see the new stuff. I will be showing that off. Actually, wait a second. There is... You mentioned that? There is one other move that... I'm stuck here like... Where the hell was it? Because there's actually... So, we probably remember that there's the one fire leaf. There's the... I think it's even called an eye shroom. It has a really obvious sounding name that teaches Vritra, which is a move that berserks the user, which is such jank in terms of, you know, any use case. That's a little bit silly. There is an upgraded version of that move in this patch called Viratora that is possessed by a seed beast that is just the fully evolved form of that. It's a fire element shroomy called... It's actually called something kind of weird like Casadero or something. And that berserks your entire amulet, I think. Again, a little bit on the jank side, but that I don't think was either finished or just was not in the game at all. It might be completely new, and if it is completely new, that is pretty... That's pretty awesome. If there's, like, a bunch of... If there's stuff in here that was actually added to this, I would love to know the mechanics and stuff like that, because I'm pretty into the idea of, like, doing ROM hacks and stuff, and I would love to just be like, hey, yeah, can I get how you did that, and, you know, if I can figure out how to do textures, I'll have new textures for this thing, we'll have some... You know, we'll have, like, an alternate edition of it or something, I guess. But that's a pretty big if, and I'd have to get in contact with the people who made a patch that's like 10 years old, so... A, goodness knows if they even remember how they do it. I don't think there's been an update on this since 2013. And B, finding them... Woof! Yes, I think... If the... orders are not randomized for when you get seed beasts, or no, pardon me, when you get rare eggs from the beast hunters, it should be the first leaf egg that you get from those dudes. Also, yeah, we have an enemy throwing down a firewall here, which is okay by me because I'm probably not going to use any melee attacks on it. if you try to attack this thing up close, it will do a bunch of damage to your attacking beast. Yeah, I would definitely love that, but as I say, I like the idea of expanding games that already exist, too, because... Yeah, and, you know, something like this. This game deserved better than it got. It didn't really get a ton of attention, I don't think, at the time. And, I mean, obviously people knew about it. It was... The first game was pretty well known, so this being a sequel to that, it became pretty well known itself. But I don't think it sold that well, and of course there was all the jank associated with, you know, I'm pretty sure this was rushed to get finished. Honestly, that would be pretty great. I'd love to see this get a little bit polished. That said, I mean, I still just love the way this game looks already too, so that's one thing that doesn't have to be bothered with too much. Get that back attack. Oh, that actually counted. Hooray! You're reaching a point of like, oh yay, that actually worked. Whoops.
Hey
Oh,
there,
it's an
guy.
actual
Touch me and
fight?
you'll get burnt. You still want to fight?
Oh, wow. This did not look like the setup for a fight.
That sounds
Well,
interesting.
I mean, it looked like the setup for a
that
Kalma
strong,
fight,
sir?
but not
You're
for
good
a...
your britches. Whatever
another
happens,
beast trainer
don't
here.
blame me.
Alright, what are we
Okay,
looking
let's
at?
Get medieval.
Well, now, let's go pretty soon. Everyone, look strong.
We're looking at a pretty funky setup here, and you can see already that this is a little strange by looking over at that corner and seeing where it's placed. That's a bit of a rare thing, to say the least, here. I don't have enough MP to do Regalia, but I can get my basic setup here. Oh, you're throwing two of those? I don't think those stack, buddy. I do not believe they stack. Could be wrong about that. This is actually one of the many games where I'm not 100% sure of the internal mechanics of how that stuff works. But we are getting some pretty goofy AI going here. Yeah, this guy has a really weird setup going for him. Like, I'm sure that once he switches over to fire, you know, once he's done spamming Remakia because he has no mana left afterwards, he's going to be using a pretty bog standard setup, probably. But we'll be all set for that because if he's using more Raydrex on that side, he's not going to have any damage pretty much. He might be doing Solia, but that's... I don't even think 2 hits of that is going to pierce through our barrier. Oh no, he's using like actual damage dealers. However, I was going to say these things won't survive. Oh right, they have really big defense buffs. They'll take that, I'm sure. Although again, only pulling out sea level damage, slightly unimpressive. Sir, what are you doing? I don't understand what's going on with this lineup. Use our MP carefully. Well, reasonably so. I'd be surprised if this barrier could even come down. Yeah, no defense whatsoever. The damage would be good if you could get through that barrier, but... yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, I guess I should go back home soon. Hey, you're not bad. I'm surprised. Hey, take this. Don't be shy. This is our custom.
What you got for us? Hey, there's number 2.
Hey, you got quite a few of them. I'll give you this, too.
Yeah, his strategies are all fucked. And that, I believe, is the wind version of the melee attacking coup. That is not really the one I wanted, actually, but again, that does kind of tell me that those orders for rare eggs are not randomized. Because I distinctly remember the last time I played this, actually probably the last 2 times I played this, but I don't remember that middle playthrough. That one is one I attempted to stream like 5 years ago, but I hit a massive depressive episode and was just like, I'm not even gonna. And unfortunately that got nuked out, but I remember that that egg was the one that I got on my original playthrough of this game like 20 years ago, which is a weird thing to remember, but here we are. Yeah, that's, yeah. That is the Wind Vordrek. Yeah. It has stun hit, which is pretty good. And in fact, that may end up becoming my main attacker on Wind for a little bit. And, you know, since I have a good way to boost that thing's evolution meter, so it'll get pretty good reasonably fast, or at least be able to compensate for small number of merges. And then I can put something else in the water wind corner. Or perhaps I can move my fireside over and put something in water earth. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. There are a lot of options to go around with this. Hey, there we go. So we'll get to see some animations that I almost never see now because of this. Like, yeah. When is the last time you saw that thing toting a spell? I'm sitting here like I legitimately cannot remember ever having seen that. I'm sure that it's happened because, like, surely Choco or somebody has one of those on an Earth side carrying Ramakia or something, because that is a type of build that she would use. But I don't remember. I don't know if I've seen it. And if I have, it's been quite a while. So hey, we're doing things a little differently this time around. It's neat. I love the amount of... You know, I love how much you can customize your team builds in this. And the fact that there are enough things that feel like you can actually get away with them. Like in Pokemon, yeah, there's also the cases of certain Pokemon are good at special attacks, certain ones are good at physical. But it really feels like you can't do things like this. Like, you wouldn't be able to make a... Although I guess part of that is also that, like, buffing and supporting stuff is obviously handled much differently. Also, yeah, here we'll see the Patadrex carrying Solus, and that... I guess that you were probably intended to fight the original 8 Seed Beasts in the forest at some point. But I'll actually take a fight that's a bit of a breather in the Fire Forest, because this place... The Fire Forest is brutal and not very polite. And so anything with a D rank skill in Section 2, I will accept that as a little bit of a breather. You can actually... first there's this arena guy. Let me say what I'm going to say first. There's actually an A rank beast pretty early on in the 3rd section of the Fire Forest that you can get from a fight. So it's just like, oh yeah, enjoy your brutality here. Well, yeah, I already like to mix things up, and admittedly, I tend to prefer magic in this game as an offensive strat. My usual late game kind of ends with a full fireside having Soldona or Soldote, which means that I can't really get easy kills on the Tamers, but I get that AoE damage for ending fights faster. And then the other parties are mostly support in that setup, so... That does leave out a bit of strategy with, you know, doing sleep and then physical attacks, but there's...
Welcome.
There's a lot you can do.
Is this your first time?
Huh? I think so.
This is a members-only arena. You shall fight 3 beast hunters, and if you win, a large prize fund shall be paid.
And if he loses?
You will not receive prize money, and the rest is the same as an ordinary match in the forest.
Oh, so that's it. You making money?
Yes, thank you. Anyway, would you care to pay your enrollment fee?
Yeah, I'll pay 100 to do this. I think our total
Okay,
prize is going to
let's
be like
do it.
800, which is
Thank you very much.
an alright
Well,
chunk
then,
of change.
Our number 3 shall be your opponent. Please enjoy yourself. Come this way.
This guy sounds like somebody I'm related to.
Go, get going!
Also, I love this screwed up sounding muffled version of this theme. It's like they're trying to play it off of a boombox or something in the back, and their audio quality is garbo. It is fantastic. There is a lot more to keep up with. To get back to that thing you said earlier, there is definitely a lot more to keep up with in this game strategy-wise than in a Pokemon game. I don't remember if these fights pay out experience or not. So... Alright, so let's deliver one more attack, because that will set us up in a very specific position of... We should never... Oh. We didn't have our barrier set up the whole time. I just realized... Oh. I forgot about that. Yeah. It being different music at all is pretty great, but also the fact that it's like the one that you hear at the arena, but being played on the worst PA system possible in a forest is pretty great. That is some very good attention
I guess it is a win.
to world building detail.
Congratulations. Now, if you try round 2 immediately, the prize money becomes much higher. What will you do? Do you wish to fight?
I think I can do this.
Okay, I'd like to do it.
Thank you very much. Now comes round 2. Well then, our number 2 shall be your opponent. Please enjoy yourself. Come this way.
There's not much of anywhere to go in here, sir.
Easy win, no problem.
I think I see what's going on here a little bit, and... Yeah, so these are probably all going to be using C-rank skills, and we're going to be seeing a versus 5 in the last fight. I'm guessing. And switch to fire. We should be able to punch through a thing or two here. or we're going to get the attacks spread out, and that's going to be less than ideal. That's okay. The barrier may or may not hold. Either way, just stay where we are for a moment. We have some MP to spare. We're pretty close in speed then, I see. I guess my fire side is not going to be super fast at the moment, because, again, my center is unevolved, and off to the side, Sulligan is not really a fast beast to begin with. So over here, we're just going to have healers, and we're just going to have to either drain the MP here, or just puncture them in one round each. And I'm going to guess that it's going to be a drain the mana situation. Which is not hard to set up, thankfully. But this is also a good time to top off our HP for round 3. Which could get a little rough. I don't have any idea offhand what round 3 is going to look like. Yeah, it's just sort of a thing with the Earth side in general, is that they are probably the slowest overall. So, yeah, I'm going to have a little bit of that going on, which is why I would prefer, if possible, to end with 0 Earth Beasts, but I would have to do a fair amount of work to get to that point right now. I'd have to build up a lot of new monsters. And even then, I don't think my water options are necessarily going to be the best for that, which would be the necessity for the Earth water corner. I would not be surprised if there wasn't at least 1 third evolution in this upcoming round.
I like it. Go at it.
Oh wow, that last one's not toast yet. Well, we have a good chunk of, you know, we're fine on mana on the wind side, so we can conserve some on fire by doing this. That works for me. No need to go after the shields. It's usually way harder to kill by shield anyway, so.
Now, how about round 3? If you win now, you'll be paid a dreamy amount of prize money. Do you wish to fight?
All right, let's
I've
do
come
this.
this far, so I gotta.
Thank you very much. Now comes round 3.
Oh, do
Now
all the
our
prize
number
pools get
1
added
will
together?
finally appear. This way, please.
Is it gonna be you? No, it's a completely different. Ooh, this looks different. Oh! Yeah, that wind side is not gonna do you any good. I'm sorry, but I don't care about that with, like, the vast majority of my team. My Earth doesn't do anything offensively anymore. And my fire is all magic, which doesn't make accuracy checks. Bad call, my friend. Bad call. And no heals, so the damage spreading is not as big of an issue. Unfortunately, we do have to deal with the fact that it's 3-toting Spirit Blast, which is going to get ugly very quickly. At the very least, half of this dude's team is useless, I guess. Even if the other half is really disgusting. Especially if we don't land our blinds properly. However, that speed is quite nice. We're getting good dodges here. Alright, turn around. Oh, the strategies!
Damage.
I made him lose his buffs! You idiot! He's just like, oh, I see Earthside. Whoa! Alright, can we break through one of these? The one in the corner, possibly? I don't know that I see it happening, but let's give it a shot here. Come on. Oh, that's the wrong corner target. Dang it. Ouch. Can't stay in. We have to turn. Huh, you're doing something a little unusual.
Hey, watch your health.
Well, if you're gonna not turn, then let's do this. Let's get a little bit of healing going. This is a pretty strange fight so far, I gotta say that. Oh no, my beast that doesn't attack is blinded again. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, aim for the middle. Or possibly off to the other side. Crud. Corner! Yeah. All I heard you say was corner, boss.
That's right, we're in trouble.
Ooh, ouch. That crit did a lot of damage.
Good job. That's the way.
That works. -1, and oh, we are getting a little bit on the tight side there. Let's push this. As long as I don't get double crit, I'm pretty much fine here. It should be a decent chunk of health back. And we get the double spirit blasts. I think we can risk staying in for that for a second. Ouch.
You're taking damage.
That was not a nice crit. Turn around. Yeah, you know what to do, buddy. You know what to do. Just look at the playbook. Throw as soon as possible. Wait. At least that's what it feels like they're doing here. Alright, turn. So I've got a feeling that our middleman is going straight, yeah, straight down the middle. I'm gonna stay on this side for a second because I think we're actually gonna be pretty safe here. Excuse me. The odds are pretty good that Slugger is going for a corner man again. And that means we'll only take the one hit. Probably. Yeah, there we go. Just like usual. And now I see you're switching to the safer formation a little bit here. We're probably not going to see that Garola again until it becomes the only thing that can fight. I'm just going to predict that now. And once again, we've almost completely run this fight out of MP. Meanwhile, my side is looking pretty good, so our build is taking decent advantage of some fairly budget skills in terms of mana cost. Except for, like, one, but we already know what that is, and hopefully that will become less of an issue eventually. Alright, that should remove one of them. Yep. Yeah, this is gonna basically have the same end result no matter what. Yeah, because that one's not diverting. Hey!
Congratulations. To tell the truth, your round 3 victory surprised me.
Well, it certainly was tough.
You did it, Kahoo. Knowing you're number 1 here makes me see you in a whole new light.
Here's your prize money. Please come back again.
A lot of grinding out to be done there, but we got a decent chunk of cash for it for this part of the game. And hey, we don't have to stick around to defend our title, so that makes things a little easier for us. Alright, so we'll probably get to see this thing. Yeah, it'll show this off. It is now Berserk and Blinded, because that's a good combination. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I figured that was coming soon, because we definitely used this fireside enough that an evolution should have been on the horizon there.
Hey there, what you doing around here? Huh?
Lining us up for another story battle.
Just thinking.
Bet he's thinking about sneaky, underhanded tactics.
Look who's talking. I'm always aiming to be the strongest.
Keep talking like that and you won't be popular with girls.
I ain't interested.
Really?
What's the matter, Snake? Oh wait, wrong game.
Hey, Kahoo, look at me. Think you can beat me?
Oh, you're just gonna taunt us. We're not gonna have to do a story battle yet. That's good. Because goodness knows we fight this dude enough. The mushroom thing, I mean, it's got little jaws and it doesn't try to use those or like even try a headbutt. It just whee! Going Berserk increases your attack stat at the expense of your defense. So, yes, in theory it should. Unfortunately, it's attached to something that is very unimpressive, to put it nicely. Ah, yes, this'll be it. Yeah, I know how you feel when I wake up in the morning. So this is pretty much just going to be the same fight that we just did like 20 seconds ago, but with maybe a little more HP. Oh no, it has a tiny chance of getting through the wall. And there it goes, flopping its tiny little legs, which have to be like the weakest part of its body. You could probably just, I don't know, somehow slam its eyeball into me and it would hurt more. I don't know how that would work, but... Well. Easy fight, easy money. Hey, hey. Yeah, see, we're at a point now where this area is quite easy for us. Obviously, if we had come in here as, like, the very first forest we were doing, this would be kind of a nightmare, and we would be trying to dodge attacks all the time. Like we did when we dived into Water Forest 3, and actually when we came in here for, like, 2 seconds at the beginning of unlocking the second tier, where we were just like, okay, I would really like to get burn attack and leave. Or in that case, I'm pretty sure what I got immediately was Agnia, and it was just like, you know what, I'm rebuilding my entire team now. This is my life now. Yeah, these things hurt quite a bit with their sonic booms. And they have really good HP, all considered. They're pretty annoying. Their higher evolved versions are some of the most frustrating enemies in the game because they go really fast on the overworld and they are just everywhere once you get to a point where you can start encountering them. But for now, we're going to take all of these initiatives that we can... Oh, wow. Maybe these ones don't have a whole lot of HP, but I know that the fully evolved versions have pretty beefy stats.
What's wrong? You don't look so happy.
It is S rank. I think there's a version that's B rank too.
Cocoon? A cocoon containing a divine beast?
That's right. I thought I left it back in the temple, but it wasn't there. The boss is really angry. Guess he should be. Oh well, I can't go back until I find it.
Did you lose the key to your locker too, sir?
It's terrible.
Did you double check for that?
I left it back there. If you find a cocoon containing a chew, tell me ASAP, okay?
I mean, do we have one of those in our thing already? But that's probably a different one, buddy. Well, hey, we managed to get out of this fight without another, or out of this floor rather. And this is a beast that's carrying one of this fight is blocking one of the eggs I would, that I've been wanting to get hold of. So that's pretty great. Huh? Now that's just weird. I don't remember if that's a thing in the vanilla game where for some reason this fight has Patadrac carrying Sonic Boom instead of Solus, or got even Solia, but that would be B rank, so that would be a little scary to see right now. But if not, that is a glitch introduced by the patch, or otherwise a coding goof. That is so weird. That really threw me off. And yeah, of course, we're gonna have to resolve this probably in Fire 3-1 by shaking down Nam for a Cocoon that he stole. We'll have to see. This one is one of my favorites because it's very well-rounded in general, as long as you're using magic with it. And it has really good speed. I tend to prioritize speed as being like one of the most important stats, if not the most important. Just to be able to get your attacks off as fast as possible. But that may not always be the easiest thing in the world. And, you know, it does tend to lead to some... Yeah, it used Sonic Boom instead of its usual spell. Also, we've got the skeleton, the skeletons wandering around.
Are you the guy who lost his divine beast Cocoon and is looking for it?
Hey, how did you know? They all wear those almost identical masks.
You think so? Look carefully. They are a little different. Hey, you all right?
This one is much
Did you
shorter
find
than
it
the other
yet?
one that we see most of the
Not
time.
yet. What do I do?
Try to capture a different one. Probably not a bad idea anyway, I mean... I could use Handsome evolving at some point because, wow, our mana is getting so drained from doing this all the time. Clearly, I just need to use a different strategy. Yeah, I definitely saw those, and oh, not happy about that. Also, interestingly, apparently, the barrier still retains where a target is being, where an attack is being targeted, rather, because you saw that after the barrier was cracked, Slugger, who is off in the corner there, took 5 damage. Which would have been splash damage from Sonic Boom hitting down the middle. Alright, Funkmaster, turn around, buddy. I don't want what you're selling. Although I could probably try taking advantage of the back attack. Oh, I screwed up the angle. Hey, what's up, JJ? How's it going? Nice to see you. It's been a bit of a while since I've seen you in a stream, but also that's because Alan hasn't been streaming for the last 2 months? A little over 2 months? Yeah, so I guess it kind of stands to reason. Glad I have revive items, by the way, because, ooh, buddy. Don't want to see that insta-death, but unfortunately we may have to look at it a little more. Yeah, especially with that targeting. Ooh. I think we can end this on this attack. Yes. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Do we have some healing items to throw around real quick? Yes, but we don't have mana healing. We'll heal up Avalanche, who's the name of our middle fella. I forgot already. Oh, it's you. I don't want to deal with this right now. Really don't want to deal with this. Let me go fight the boss. Oop. Let's do this. Yeah, we're gonna take a small amount of hide tanning damage, but whatever. It is what it is, and what it is not a whole lot. The boss... I know you fight the fully evolved version of the sudden death enemy as a boss somewhere, but I think that's in Area 5, which is actually inside the post-game. I want to say that the boss that we'll be fighting here is the fully evolved version of the Shockwave guys. I believe that's the fire boss because the earlier one was the fully evolved version of the boar wolf creature. And the third boss is Giraluza, who's the fully evolved version of Avalanche there. And, I don't think we fight either Paradragger or Knucklechew as bosses, so I'm going to assume that my information is correct. And that my memory of a game that I haven't gotten this deep into in several years is not failing me, and oh yeah. Don't look in the hole, man. Come on. Haven't you ever read Amigara Fault? Wait, no, that's something else entirely. And when you fight anybody with these things in the arena, those big devil horns really fit, let me tell you what, Bobby. Alright, you get your first strike, buddy. That's fine. Yeah, and you're only using a C-rank Sonic Boom because there isn't a B-rank version. Is there not a B-rank version? Maybe there isn't. And busting out a full-on S-rank Shockwave at that point, people would just throw their controllers at the TV. That wouldn't be a good time for nobody. We might get to see this thing's casting animation just because it's a boss. But otherwise, that would not be something you see very often. Burn attack, yeah. Yeah, it is basically a frog, which is, like, kind of weird, because... I don't know, the rest of it didn't add up to such, I guess. Alright. Give him the old left-rights, come on. Put some holes in it. That's alright. Honestly, at this point, I'm pretty sure we can just sit here and mash X on fire and end this battle. Although I probably should at least go get a little bit of EXP for my water side. Yeah, see, this guy is not providing any variety whatsoever. Yeah, Delegetsu, there's its name for you. But of course, especially when it's blinded, like, I didn't remember Dark Attack being that strong of a blind effect. But it has just been laying down the hurt on everything that gets affected by it. This whole game. I'm actually going to spin over here one more time and hope for a little bit of a chance for an evolution. Darn. That's okay. I'll get over it. Clonk. Hell, we can probably just press X on wind and yeah, there you go. Fight over. Shockingly easy considering what a pain in the ass that enemy usually is. And again, a lot of that just boils down to the boss using no strategy whatsoever, basically. And we get ourselves a nice round of levels, and we unlock firewalking. Anyone else out there a fan of Twin Peaks? Uh-huh. Hard cognate, so if we are using some Augs, we can get some stat buffs there. A lovely gem, that's a nice 800 bucks for us, and a ruby flame. That's going in our supply of jewelry that I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with. And now I guess we have to go fight Nam. Because, you know, plot. This guy's just kind of a butthole. Come on. Yeah. Like, usually I would be expecting
You look down.
this kind of performance out of Dark
Flowers
Crash
have
at,
lots of plants, right?
you know, at best,
They're
basically.
edible?
Plants? You a vegetarian?
Stupid. Not for me. We used to keep goats and cows at our house. Ah, forget it. Ugh, cows, huh? Nam's house sounds like a nice place. Shut up. Cows can't eat these plants.
I mean, you gotta get him here first, buddy. Yeah, that fire boss, I will gladly take an easy one, though, because the fire elemental bosses can be kind of nightmarish. The amount of damage they throw around, and this game is definitely one that is spec'd towards hitting things hard and fast. So, yeah, we're gonna poke around a little bit inside of firewalking for a moment or two. And again, see if we can't get a B rank skill or something. Oh. I don't want to do these fights. I don't have anything to help me sneak out here. That's actually probably a good idea, is that I should just carry those around for the final boss. Or, well, final boss of the story, as it were, because as I've alluded to before, this game's post-game is gigantic. There is a lot going on in the game after the final boss. I would say that this game's post-game is larger than its main game. And you can see why I don't want to do a fight like this, because we've got 3 enemies in here. Yeah, the Fire Forest is really where the game shows its teeth. You know, I'm pretty sure that the other tier 3s you get still just 2 enemies at this point for most fights. And in fact, that may even hold true for most of the tier 4. But here we've got the user of the, well, using the generic elemental damage spell, so not necessarily the scariest thing in the game. And you can see absolute joke when it comes to physical attacks. Like, I think that at best, that barrier is going to get brought down this turn, and that's it, if it remembers to cast a spell. But we went fast enough that that was not a concern. Hey! Issues with the PS2, that's a shame.
Yo, I've been waiting. I got a new divine beast. Help me try it out. Ready? Huh? Why me? Why didn't you try it out at the arena?
You're strong, right?
That old man says so. Riles me up.
This Wu guy is starting to seem like an asshole.
Away from this match, okay?
What are you talking about? Nobody makes a yan fighting in such a place.
Shut up. It's not the money. Get out of here, squirt. We men fight for our pride. What about it? You're not a man, right? Now you got me going. Okay, come on. Ha ha ha, very good. I'm not pulling my punches. Get ready. Me too. Be prepared. Huh?
Oh. This is a thing we haven't really seen a whole lot of through the entire story.
Serious? Cut the act. Scared? Me? Aren't you a fool?
Uh-oh, he's lost it now. Watch out, ma'am.
Don't expect to come back alive. I like it. This is getting interesting.
As we go into full-on evil mode, there's a mechanic where sometimes you'll just get hit in your shields and you'll turn into the evil version of Kahu, at least before a certain point in the story, and he'll just go absolutely ballistic and do huge amounts of damage to whatever attacked him. Also, I like that he's just fighting these monsters just barehanded. And Nam sees nothing weird about this whatsoever.
Hey, 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 what's that? Rats!
Oh no, we don't get any experience.
Huh. What's with that? Can't use them when you need them. That miserable. Passing off that crud. Giving me that lip.
Hello? Hello? Kahu? Kalma? Which are you now?
Huh? Karma? Where? What? Where's Nam? I see. Was I battling against Nam? I got really excited. I wanted to just smash him. I wanted to just get him. Ugh. I couldn't contain myself. Actually, it felt really good.
It's Kalma's fault, right? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like I said, Wu's kind of a dick. There's a whole story arc behind Wu that I don't remember all of because, after all, it's been a while since I've played this game. But yeah, he's definitely like a little bit of a prankster among other things, and then like I think he was covering up for the whole issues in his storyline, but again, I don't 100% remember. Meanwhile, Nam is just kind of there getting jerked around by the whole story. We may have to go through that Mardrek over there in order to get to the rest of this map. Does that count as initiative? Yes. And it's only one enemy. That makes things a little bit easier. And by a little bit, I mean, ooh, buddy. Well, this fight just turned out to be completely free. Although that thing's got a decent amount of bulk on it. That's pretty close to like 180 at least damage that I did to that thing, I think, before it died. Or to get down to the red, anyway. Are you gonna cough up Agnite? I think that's what we're getting here. Which would be fantastic. Oh no, we're getting Stroke Chance instead. That's useful too, but our team is very magic oriented at the moment, so we'd have to do some switching up of things to really put it to good use. Yeah, and this is a part where you can see that as you get deeper into the forest, the Kalma fights really start dialing things up in terms of stats. This thing has a very plentiful mana pool, to say the least. It can use that Stroke Chance with impunity, and it will probably survive this turn quite easily. Especially since my buff is down. I might have got it if I had my buff still up. Yeah, Stroke Chance is a very strong attack. You can see that it's doing crits fairly easily, and it has very good damage. It's pretty much your staple attacking move for a good long time if you're using physical attackers. Which is something I can do. I can set up some beasts to use that. We'll be a little bit behind on stats, but we can pick the slack back up. You know? Ooh, we've got this big bug coming at us. I like the design on this thing. We haven't even seen the regular version of this yet. Like, at all, I don't think. Moves so slow on the overworld map, though. I guess that's kind of understandable. As I alluded to a few times throughout the series of this stream, this is a game that can take a very long time to get through. Just simple things. These guys, I think, carry the self-damaging attacks, which is interesting because they're using the model of one of the most heavily glass cannon statted enemies in the game, I think. That said, I don't know that we're even going to get to see the attack animation, because... Or rather, the attack itself, not the... Oh, there we go. Ouch! Damn! Where'd that come from? Yeah, we haven't even seen a beast hunter carrying one of these, though, either, I don't think. So, yeah. We just got screwed there. That was mean, game. Lulling me into a false sense of security by letting me go first. Actually, no, I think they went first that turn. I think I just was not paying a lot of attention to that. Still, damn! Oh well, that's why we're carrying the citron powders, is because we're going to be embarking on long stays in a lot of these places, and things can go pretty badly. Ah, here we go. Squeemel. What a weird name. Guys, my Scrabble bag just exploded everywhere. What do I do? Actually, that said, also, holy fuck, 41 damage on a standard attack? Damn, this thing's strong. I kind of would not be surprised if it was something that just kind of got a little bit screwed up that has a more direct translation from Japanese. But I would not know for sure because I haven't, like, played this game in Japanese or have a script dump of it in Japanese or anything, and don't speak Japanese either. So that is absolutely something that I am just making a hopefully educated guess on. This is where we're gonna get our thing finally.
How's it going? Find the cocoon?
Hey, I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find it. Hey, are you worried because of this idiot? Hey, I'm a disgrace, but I know I left it there. You stupid idiot! Don't be making excuses! Aren't you a man? Hey! I'm sorry, I'm such a disgrace. You stupid idiot! Put your spirit into it! Show us your guts! Oh, come on! I'll give you one that I'm not using. Hey! I'm sorry. I'm such a disgrace.
I don't think that went anywhere for you guys, but at least you worked something out for now. Until we find out that Nam stole the thing and we slam dunk him into the garbage can. And I walk into a monster that I forgot was there. That's okay. This should be a pretty easy fight. This thing's a little bit fragile. Hey, merging is now possible for our frog, which I don't think I'm going to do right now. Mostly by virtue of not having great options there. Let's go ahead. We're going to poke into another couple of rooms. Oh, we're going to get a free item here. An Inferno book. That's pretty strong, I think. Man-to-Man book. I'm pretty sure that is the... you can only use the basic attack for both sides. Alright, this... Oh, shit. It just said a word. Yikes. They start getting a little bit more, like, actually talkative as the game goes on, and it kind of creeps you out a little bit. Like... They actually are sort of evolving a little bit. Anyway, we got what we came in here for as soon as we finished this fight. This is the main thing that I wanted. And now we have a nice B rank attack for both physical and magical offense. And that should get us pretty far, I think. For a little bit. Alright, so I don't really need to go over here, but I did anyway for some reason. Whoops. Press the button one too many times. And handled. Hooray! And we return to the temple. We've got some eggs to pop out. We've got some other stuff to do. We've got some money to be given. We've got probably a quest in groundwork to accept.
Hello.
Yeah, it's really unsettling. And see, we got some pretty good stuff here. That's a nice passive to get, is 10% extra experience points. And this thing, Squeamill here, our source of Desperado hit, is a pretty nice little passive ability there too. Yeah, all considered, the voice actors are pretty decent. Oh wow, we've unlocked the next advancement test already. I'm not ready yet. In fact, on C rank skills, I think we'll get our asses blown the fuck out, but yeah. Considering the era that we're talking about, as I was saying, the voice acting is pretty solid. Dialogue is a little bit funky, though. That's absolutely something which I cannot argue with. And see, look, we're gonna get a nice close-up of this thing when we do. It's yellow. Did we hatch a rare beast earlier at any point? I think Daredevil is a pretty good name for it. This definitely seems like it's gonna be a little divey in certain regards here. Take a look at what we're toting here that we can start setting up for that Brigham. You are one of these. That's a real helpful description. I was gonna say, I feel like we're pretty low on wind stuff. We got TNT here. That's just gonna be a pure damage spell. Yeah, for some reason, strength up 1 on this beast. Question mark. Okay, thanks game. I appreciate you as well. That said, we got a pretty good wind beast that we can just go buy if we want to, so I may end up just doing that. But right now, what's our cash situation looking like? $3,200. That's not a lot. However, I'm gonna do this right now because, honestly, let's get a little more firepower going. And I can probably still survive on Baradis for a little while instead of having to rush for Baradia. I think. I may soon be proven wrong. And if I am, it's a thing that happens, but so for now we're doing that. I feel like my prospects are much better in terms of what would be going on here if I were to move these two one space over a piece. So that way I would have Avalanche on the fire wind corner and I would have Slugger dead center on fire. And then I put something else entirely in my water earth corner. But I'm a little bit uncertain in general when it comes to, in that department. But for now, we're going to put Slugger away, and we're actually going to pick up something as a just-in-case for that. So let's take a look at what our evolutionary lines we have going are here. This one is a physical attacker. I don't know if that would be worth putting Barrett on there, because it seems like that is actually determined by your magic stat to an extent. Yeah, unfortunately, We are not at a point where we can feed that thing Agnite yet. It's not a high enough level. And yeah, we don't gain a ton of evolution points for that merge on Slugger. We just get 2. But all told, I mean, still, we're at a point where it'll be a little bit before we can get a big buff. Yeah, there are some pretty interesting Nas in here that we could use. I don't think I have the one that I usually like using, which is the one that evolves into the pufferfish, which is a very well-rounded beast. That's a nice all-rounder for any sort of supporting role. It has pretty good everything, and yeah, pretty good everything. Otherwise, we can take a look at our other options here. We've got the other Gara. I don't think we need to do that right now. That's a little over the top. But otherwise, we do have all the Leafs. Or no, we have 2 of the Leafs. We don't have the mushroom one yet. So I think what's going to end up happening, yeah, so that would be pretty good for getting us some forward progress with this. Do we have Nuke available as just to get our evolution points right now and our damage dealer? And see, it's defaulting into B. Yeah, okay. So here's where we're gonna start off with 300 Yan, and we get a decent attack. We get a pretty good passive, but we also gain enough evolution points to guarantee that 3rd evolution, which is going to be great because its other move is going to end up being one of the defensive skills, either Baradia or Baradis or whatever I decide on at the time, and or Ramakia, depending, it just depends on what I feel like using at that point. Obviously not Libarid, that is not very useful. That blocks a single hit. That thing is not going to last. That is not going to get you what you need at all. So, alright, Preston, go back in the box. And once again, excuse me, so put Slugger back in the corner. And I think our other merge is, yeah, it's Guinea in the back there, but I don't have good choices there for getting us more points other than just continuing to merge Medina onto it or merging off to the side or changing the attack entirely. That's an option, I suppose. Okay, I think this Inferno book is a pretty decent merge item, so I'm going to hang on to that as well. Oh. Don't do that. Alright, let's grab our one of those eggs, because that's going to be... We're going to go hatch that, and that's going to be one of our other options. Stash our stat items as well. What do we got going on in here? No other eggs. Okay. That's a shame. I guess we just did not encounter, when we were in Water Forest 1 at any point, the Tomacana egg fight. That's a shame. That would be a nice one to have, because like I said, that gives us a lot of flexibility. We can do some interesting stuff there. Alright, Birdman, what do you got for us? The leaf hide. This time it's not poop. Okay. And yeah, like I said, quest and groundwork, which is just as well that we're going in that direction now, once we hatch this egg.
Hello.
Yep, we've got a pretty large... Oh, wow, another free MP recovery ability? Well, I'm gonna be honest, I think that may have just clutched this... I think we may have just clutched this motherfucker right into the team, because MP recovery... And we can teach it the sleep spell, and that will give it the thing that makes spells cheaper. And that is pretty good. So, I like the feeling of that. And what's up with this extra space in Marina? By the way, I did notice you, Retro. I just had a lot to say in a row. Hello there! Yes, that is what we do. There's, Geezer, that's a choice of a nickname there. Aristotle, I guess we'll go with that. There we go. Alright, so we'll see a little bit of that
Thank you.
in a moment. I think calling it a Pokemon clone is a little extreme, but it did come out during the... Well, okay, correction, the first game came out in the era when Pokemania was kind of going on all over the world. So I understand the feeling, but yeah, it is a monster-raising type of game. Although, of course, that whole thing goes back a very long time. It's just that for a while, that going back a very long time was pretty much just the SMT franchise until Pokemon came out and it was a huge media sensation. Who's this?
This is Kikinak and Company?
This fella talking to us. Are you the delivery wanted, buddy?
Doing here?
Traveling salesman. Can I buy something?
What you got for us? Nothing of terrible note. You want my stone? Have a stone. All right.
Thanks again. You are Cocoon, right?
Well, it's tough to say.
Special present for you.
It's tough to say who's like the best all around.
Huh?
But
Really?
Hey, don't go taking stuff from strangers.
it's kind of hashing out that, well,
Huh?
oh boy, there's a conversation going on and I'm trying to talk over it. I'm like, should I
Oh, good luck.
let this go or what? Yes, they do evolve. Evolution is not specifically based on level. It appears to be based, as far as I can tell, on how much time the enemy spends in battle. Or, enemy. How much time the monster spends in battle against enemies. And how many times you upgrade them in various ways. Alright, so here's where we're going to get a new ability. Or we're going to fight an enemy that can cough up a new ability, basically. Did I forget to grab my, Oh no, it's there, it's just really small. Alright, so there's our attack buff spell, and here is our barrier. That attack reduces the affected enemy's HP to 1/4, I believe. Or maybe it's half. I forget which way it goes. I think we've seen the earlier version of this attack, I think last stream. And that either reduces the target's HP to half or by 1/4. I don't remember which. And of course, its accuracy is a little bit questionable. And of course, being an Earth Element beast, it is very susceptible to status effects, meaning that fat chance of this thing ever actually showing us what it can do. And we are going to go all the way around the ring to make sure everybody gets some EXP. So I think that the beast in the middle of that red side of our fire element side is probably our strongest at the moment, just in terms of pure damage. The other one has a better attack, but it is currently very unevolved. We literally just hatched it after a merger a moment ago to upgrade its ability. And its stats are swung more in a defensive way. It's designed to be able to take damage. Whereas the one in the middle is a huge glass cannon. Okay, so we get another 3 enemy pack here. I guess the Fire Force was a little less unique than I thought. But these guys are all about the defense buffs, as you'll see here. We can get some pretty strong stuff a little bit later on. I'm not 100% sure what would necessarily qualify for that, but you know, I guess we'll find out as we go. It's been a couple of years since I've played this, as I've mentioned before earlier in the streams, during a time when you probably were not in here. Yeah, I guess that's certainly got the look. Is that that barrier took 5 hits, I think, so that's not bad. These things don't have damage for us to really worry about. Again, they're all about the buffs. Yeah, 12 damage, 10 to 12 damage on our one Wind Beast, who is, again, pretty low on defense itself. Well, let me see if I can get a quick look at this. I'll... pop that open while this attack animation is playing out, I guess. Looking good. I don't know a whole lot about Valheim, so I'm just gonna have to assume that you're doing pretty good here. I think I can see... yeah, I can see a bit of the forge in the background. It's actually, like, right dead center in the image, as far as I can tell, but partially obscured by the house. Or, well, the rest of the building, rather. Technically, I don't know if it's the house if you live in that part of it, but it is a little addition to a building. Yeah, right there in the back with the... I could tell because it's got a look of being roughly a big old rock pile, and that's kind of what, you know, that type of furnace usually looks like, right? We got nothing in here. We got the key already, so we are good to go on that one. Might be another couple of Kalma around here somewhere. I would like to get more skills anyway. That would be nice, having more options. It's always good to have more options. Oop. Almost ran right into... oh, are you having a bit of an issue, my friend? Not quite. Didn't quite get in there. We finished the Randlock Red. That is all up on the Moonside Arcade YouTube channel, where I store all of my stream archives. I feel like the Elite Four wasn't that hard, if I recall correctly. Which is just as well, because we didn't have jack shit for opportunities to level grind towards the end, and we were facing that a little bit under-leveled. And then after that, the randomizer that we switched over to was an OOT randomizer, which I need to post the other episode of, that absolutely gave me the business, to the point where we ended up, we had to get all of the spiritual stones, which is not usually required in an OOT randomizer, in order to get the gold gauntlets. I think it was the gold gauntlets. Yes, it was the gold gauntlets. That was the last... That was the last item that we were missing to be able to complete the game, was the gold gauntlets. We got the long shot in Death Mountain Crater. We got Saria's song in... Okay, this is the one for the quest. We got Saria's song in Sacred Forest Meadow, hilariously, but not in the place you usually get it there. And... yeah, it was just like, okay, I really should have taken that off the randomizer because that is just going to add like 3 sessions or so of rote playing the game. And so instead, I canned that one and I decided I'm going to do another one as my next randomizer instead of moving on to something probably shorter. And we're going to use a different set of settings. I'm probably going to be doing a Triforce Hunt randomizer, which is a thing that the OOT randomizer includes, where instead of going for the usual medallions and everything, you look for pieces of the Triforce that replace just regular items that are not quest essential. It sounds really cool, and I've seen a couple of dudes that I really like watching streams of do it, and it looked like fun there, so you know what, why not? Let's give it a shot. And there we go. There's our skin off of the Mushroom Warrior there, I guess. He's just named Mush. And despite that being a rapier, I believe that all of the, like, the Beast Journal entries and the name of one of the other, random, one of the other recolored beasts just implies that it's a lance of some kind, which I guess it kind of looks like it, but it's not thick enough towards the back end.
The power to fight Kalma. Come, take me on.
Let's fight this dude. That's a free
I don't
medallion.
know what you're saying, but okay, let's do it.
Good. Come at me.
I think we can give this guy the nuclear
I'm not
buddy.
losing either.
Well then, shall I boost defense first?
Well, I mean, you're built for it, but I don't like what I'm seeing as a whole party here. Oof. Yarga. I don't even think this guy's gonna get through this barrier this turn. Oh! Proven wrong! Well, how about that? I'm sure that if my dude in the corner was a little more evolved, it would probably have held up better. And we're gonna see you cast Ramakia 3 times because you went for the redundancy approach to building your team. Alright, Chief. You do you. I'm not here to judge you too much. Except for when I am. On the other hand, they're not gonna get a lot of HP out of this, at least. Like 10, and I'm pretty sure it's literally just for the water side. Yeah, it doesn't even heal anybody off to the side, so, you know, big freaking deal. Hey, nice. And there's our snake getting an upgrade, and again, literally, I don't think I've ever seen that casting animation before. It certainly is not familiar to me. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. Okay, so I guess your fire side is 2 of these chuckleheads, huh? Alright, can you aim down the middle? Probably not. that dude likes to aim for the corners and just aim at random, too, on top of that, so... We're not going to break down any of these this turn. That's a shame. Oh, come on. I don't think you can even cast that spell with even the dude in the middle. Yeah. The damage here is gonna... Well, everybody's gonna miss, first of all. And second of all, we're not gonna be looking at incredible damage, that's for sure. We're not exactly facing an incredible crisis here. Incredible Crisis. That is one of those games that I admit I'm kind of surprised ever got an English localization, because it just came from that era. No, my team is okay for this part of the game. I could probably stand to be a little better leveled, but he had a very large defensive boost on, and you don't really choose where you target your attacks. It's somewhat based on the AI that each of these beasts has that is dependent on species. So if there's any big weak point there, it's the lack of synergy in that department. That they just don't all target the same target at the same time. So I'd prefer to have area of effect spells, but I don't have any of those that are good yet. Because, unsurprisingly, they really do make you work for that, because being able to target multiple enemies at once is pretty valuable. That and that shielding effect is not really great, but we're going to be getting an upgraded version of that skill pretty soon that we can merge on once we are a high enough level again, so that's a bit of a while. Gonna be a bit of a ways. Pretty much. That's basically a fair enough assessment, is that some of them definitely do not know what they're doing, to put it succinctly. They'd be better oriented to just being support units, but I decided not to do that. Alright, so with this attack buff, we should be able to do some clearing out over here. The odds are good that, yeah, that one's going right down the middle, the other one's going off to the side. And this should end the fight after this turn, because he'll have nothing left in his party and he'll just give up. Oh, we'll actually get a shield hit in. That's surprising.
Such attacks. I could repel them all day.
Unfortunately, you have nothing left, so I don't think you're going to
My
be.
steel wall defense. You are the warrior I hoped for. Please, take this.
Thanks, but oh, we've only fought one of these fellas?
This is proof of defeating me. This is proof that you know our importance. Well, good luck from now on.
Thanks, buddy. Are you guarding the key? No. You're not the key master, I see. Oh, I'm surprised that counted as initiative. These goofy green lizards. The coloration on these really does make perfect sense, actually. This is This seems more correct than the color for their regular counterparts. And they have Lapis, which is a speed-raising move, which does double duty in letting them go faster and also giving them an increased chance to dodge attacks. It's a good thing we are all about the magic around here. Also, they have, like, fuck all for attack damage, so if we were using a physical-oriented party, we'd be sitting here grinding out for a while, I'm pretty sure. Take a moment to heal and let our corner man get a little bit more MP regen. Busy until it's a good thing that monster has MP regeneration as an ability, because otherwise, wow, somebody would never be able to catch a break. Oop. Couldn't sneak past these dudes. Yeah, that's a pretty decent choice. Well, I mean, really a lot of the support moves are pretty good, but Alcos will probably get the biggest overall speed boost there, and you'll definitely be able to go first with that going for you. And if you ever get touched by a physical attack, well, that's just bad luck at that point. I think Lapis is a percentage boost, maybe. Possibly. I admit that I don't know how the stat buffs and debuffs actually work. So I could be just talking out of my ass right here. I just assume Soda Pop Yeet comes from one of those parts of the country where they call all of them Cokes. Which has got to be real confusing. Hey! What do we got in here? Just an item. It's just a healing item, too. Meh. Meh.
What do you want? Care to fight?
This dude wants to do a quick battle.
Of course. Will you fight me?
I do actually have a cartridge of... I have a cartridge of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, so
Okay, here goes.
that is
I'm
something
not losing either.
I could probably do
True way of the Gara.
at some point. I did play a little bit of it back when I got the cart, which, good God, was a very long time ago. That was definitely... Well, it was definitely back during the Obama presidency, is what I can say for sure. The shop that I bought that from, I think, closed down in very late 2015. No, wait, no, that can't be true. Let me see if I can do the math in my head here. No, it was early 2017 when that shop closed down, but I definitely bought MTPO well before that shop closed. So I'm fairly confident, again, that I bought that so far back that, yeah, in mid-2016 or earlier. We'll put it that way. And this is going to be a fight where we're going to get hurt a lot. Are you even going to... Well, you're going to dodge, so that's good. Otherwise, we're facing down enemies whose attacks increase in damage every turn. Or at least every time they use that attack. I don't have a good way of, like, forcing a switch here, unfortunately, because I think we're dealing with an opponent who's just going to be like, okay, I'm just going to stay the course for a bit. We may not win this fight, is what I'm saying. And God, I hope that's not true. Ow. I need the rest of you to start missing your attacks. Come on. I don't have any useful items. Yeah, I don't have any items that I can use in here. This... Oh, yeah. This is one of the major weaknesses of how my setup is currently built. Is that I simply cannot deal with this many... I can't really deal with this setup, the L-shaped setup. I'm at a loss for words right now because I'm just like, oh God, why? Why is it? Why am I dealing with this? Why? It's not a great time. It's pretty scary. Ouch, the double crits. Ugh. Don't like that attack. I think we may be able to get away with this, hopefully. Because, yeah, the snake is not going to be able to use its regular attacks, but the other enemies are the worry. Unfortunately, we have this damage spread thing going here, and... Okay, good. No crits and the stroke chances there, so... Switch to here, get our attack up again. And yeah, that's not going to do a whole lot there, but we're dealing with some fairly sturdy enemies, and... Yeah, we are currently on the receiving end of my usual strategy for this type of stuff, which is just run the enemy's MP out as hard as possible. Oh wow, you have enough juice in the tank to throw that out there. Nice. Unfortunately, you didn't quite get the kill. Miss! Damn! That's unfortunate, but we do have revive items that we can use after the fight, so we can stick around in here for a little bit. Which is fine, because there's a skill I want to pick up before I leave. I can just sit here and do some healing. Oh, I wish. I wish they missed. Unfortunately, no such luck there. Yeah, Wario actually... The Wario voice actor actually in the clip that people are like, oh, I missed. It's actually... It's the German translator who worked at Nintendo at the period. So he's actually going, so I missed! Which is basically like, it's trash or something like that. Yeah. That's one of those weird facts that's been sitting around in my head for a very long time that I've never had a good use to bring out into a conversation, but here we go.
Oh, you are doing well.
I mean, it's kind of just a general exclamation of frustration. The word Mist very specifically in German means trash. So that's why I'm kind of going with the translation that, you know, specifically drops the word trash or garbage or similar into it is, yeah. Ouch, 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 ouch. I think I may just withdraw after being in here instead of doing that. We are, instead of doing what I said before, rather. Because that would be 2 citron powders, and that's a lot of... That's a lot of dust. That's a lot of cocaine, if you will. And yeah, you can see the buffs from Spirit Blast going away after a turn there. Throw up a barrier. I think the barrier will actually survive this turn, possibly. Is what's kind of wild. Never mind. So we'd be really playing with fire if we're doing this. I think we can spend a shield. Or it'll probably have to be a lot of shields at this point. Yeah, we're gonna cut down to the wire here, but we did manage to get away with winning this fight. It wasn't a particularly good win. Like, our entire team is dead, but we are, we were really cutting it close. We lost some of our best attackers. Our formation is demolished because we got thrown into a brutal fight there.
In commemoration of your win, I shall give you this.
That number 2? Yes.
If you have collected that many, then I'll give you this. Take it.
Hey, we got an egg.
I'm looking forward to taking you on again.
That is one of the water Gara eggs, of which there are 3 for maximum confusion. Also, you just heard the shoulder buttons ramming into my microphone. Whoops. Alright, so let's go over here. And let's hand these in. We don't get a whole lot, but we can hatch this egg and we can have something else to sit around in the back of the boxes for when it's time to get an upgrade. I'm going to guess, by it having Medina as its default skill, that this is the one... This is the family that learns the Selam spells. Let's take a look at some of our newer additions here. Okay, these 3 are not anywhere near where we want them to be just yet. I could probably start merging some of these, but that would be quite costly. And goodness knows, money is not exactly stupidly easy to come by, that's for sure. However, I'm going to do one quick merger here because our our bird here is ready to get its water move. It's going to be getting an attack skill on water, which is something I very rarely use. So we're definitely going to be getting into some pretty unusual, by my standards, territory here. However, you're gonna sit in the middle for a while, buddy, because...
Thank you.
yeah, putting you on the corner is a very high-risk maneuver at this point, to say the least. However, we go to the lounge, and we go hand in that quest item.
You know,
How's the job going? Going well?
Get our reward here.
I finished. Sorry to make you wait.
Really? I'm so glad. Okay, here's your reward.
Thank you.
Yep, there's our books, our tiny amount of reputation return. What are we looking for here? Oh, this is perfect. That's just a freebie. Oh my goodness.
you know,
Asking for the item I just got.
What is it? Oh, the job kid.
I finally finished that job.
I see. I've been waiting. Well, here's the
Have you
reward,
really? I
promise.
mean, you... Come on, man. Come on. Don't mess with him too much. What trade do you... Bitter milk. It's not really a good trade. The scroll, the chosen one, in groundwork, and we'll get an egg for it. That's a decent job, because we are going back to groundwork right now, in fact. So if we can pick that up, that's one of the eggs I've been looking for a while. It seems to be a bit hard to come by, although it'll probably get a little easier in this upcoming part of the game. Once we start exploring the water areas at tier 3 and higher. And honestly, just cracking open the Earth Forest harder is probably a good idea, because it's a good source of items that I can sell for good chunks of money. And Lord knows I'm going to need a lot of that in the future. And indeed, blinding the enemy does nothing against this barrier, but oh well. Okay, so I'm pretty confident that the strength of the barrier is determined by the user's stats now, because this time, the barrier actually survived 5 attacks. The problem is I don't know anything else beyond that about how it works. Again, I really wonder if there's like a speedrunning community for this game. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a thing I'm looking forward to. And we have access to some decent damage skills to a point where it might even be worth, you know, shuffling along there on the first floor or two of Barren Earth, even without going through every other tier 3 forest. And yeah, this fight is definitely a bit of a grindy one. You can see they are really maintaining that defensive boost very well. Sheesh. Music is looping. That rarely happens in a wild encounter in this game. Are you... No, you still can't beat out the damage. How did I patch the game? Well, I found a disk image somewhere. I actually don't remember where. I think I know where it is, where it was, but yeah, and then the patch itself actually comes with the software to patch the disk ISO. Well, the patch added in some stuff that was... So this game, when it came out, was a little bit rushed, and there were some issues with it as a result. Certain abilities were not able to be obtained. Those have been made available again. And there are some new abilities that can be obtained. A few eggs that were not obtainable by a few methods have been corrected in terms of availability. There have apparently, and this one I am admittedly calling BS on, there have been apparently some updates to the message subtitles to make them match what the characters actually say, because there were a couple of problems with that. But I don't think that's actually true, despite what it says in the notes. And basically, it's just a thing that makes available everything that was not available. There's a lot of games out there that just have that issue where they didn't remember to make everything available, such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. You cannot get all of the cards.
Oh, hi. Fancy meeting you in such a place.
Especially not in the English version. I think that's actually not a problem in Japan. I think in the Japanese version of Forbidden Memories, you actually can get all of the cards thanks to the Pocket Station. Of course, the Pocket Station did not come out in the US, so that anything that required the Pocket Station in that version of the game could not be done, and they just did a very simple, like, retranslation basically of FM. I think that there was very little work that went into getting that version out in the States. At least it sure seems like it. So yeah, similar idea in this is that it just re-added in the things that were erroneously made unavailable. From the, you know, because of somebody forgetting to put something in the rotation or whatever the case may have been. This should soften up this side pretty nicely. The Earth side is going to be very much on the defense, actually, apparently, judging by this setup. And yeah, our little guy evolved into a crab. Crab with a lot of teeth. What she's got over on the other side, well, first of all, that's pretty gross. She's getting out the tier 3, pardon me, barrier spell. But that form is what our little crab monster is eventually going to evolve into. Also, that is some really useless redundancy. I kind of don't know why you would put 2 of these here. They're not going to break between each one. Sounds like a faster version of Amaranth's theme from FF9. A little bit. Saying that, it's been a long time since I played FF9. I was going to play it a few years back on stream, but I was using the Steam version, and the Steam version of that game is, shall we say, not recommended. So, I do have something with which I can capture footage from my PS2. I'm not sure how well or not well, as the case may be, it emulates. I don't think it does emulate very well, but if that is the case, if it emulates pretty good, I could just run through that. That would That would be a simpler option, frankly. But I do definitely want to play FF9 at some point. I played it on the PS3. I don't think I have the PS3 version. I have a couple of multi-disc games on the PS3, though, now that you mention it. I.e. multi-disc PS1 games on the PS3. I have a reasonable collection of PS1 classics that I bought. Well, bought back when the PS3 was current, really. But, yeah, that, I believe, is still an open digital store, so I could probably pick up more of those if I wanted to. Again, a lot of it comes down to, I have Final Fantasy IX on actual discs.
I'm just getting started.
The PS3 store isn't closing down as far as I know. I think it's only the ones for handheld that are closing down. Is what I heard last. Ouch, that critical hit. We're cutting it a little close here. Clearly playing this a little bit silly.
I'm just getting started.
Not really. You're almost out of everything, buddy. But that said, I do know that the PSP store, at least, is definitely closing. And the PS4 store is thankfully staying open, but then again, the PS5 was only just released. Okay, so it's only the PSP that's going down. Gotcha. Yeah, because obviously people were extremely upset with the idea because, you know, game availability and all that. I think that most people honestly don't want to pirate. They would rather support the companies, and I mean, I would too. Except in options where, you know, a case like this where it would not be very easy for me to play this on a real PS2. I'd have to get my PS2 chipped or something. And that would probably cost a reasonable chunk of change to get the chip, and I'd have to know how to solder, or I'd have to hand it off to somebody who can.
Game over.
And that would probably be costly based on, you know, however much they charge to actually do that. Plus shipping both ways. I assume I'd be paying both ways.
You did pretty good to beat the best beast hunter in the Sweet Nights. The best? Isn't your leader Cocoon the best? Cocoon? No way. She's totally lame.
Why did you make her the leader?
Well, if I have to say, it's 'cause she's
There you go.
the oldest.
You got one of the bigger models,
No
smaller
matter
models of
how well
PS2.
she
I
races
have,
the right beast, that fighting style will get her nowhere.
I have
Good
one of the
swordsman never
pretty
blames
big
the
ones.
user of a sword doesn't cut. That's what my dad used to say.
It's not
That's a challenge to the genius
launch
beast hunter
era.
Choco.
I had one that we got on the day it came out, but it stopped reading discs, and I took it over to, again, the guy who ran the same shop where I got Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and I asked him, is there anything that can be done with this? And he's like, not really. Which was quite sad, but, you know, it went on to an electronics recycler, and, you know, it is what it is. Honestly, if I knew better, I'm sure you actually could fix it in some way. I just don't know how either, so. Splash screen when you start the system appears outside the visible area on the TV for the most part. That's weird. Is about all I can say about that is very strange. Why does it do that? So here we might get to actually see what this move does. I could have just read the description. Yeah, it cuts health by half. It's not down to 1/4. Oh, that's... Well, at least there's that. It's pretty good. Yeah, because there is a component cable that'll just go in the back of that, right? I kind of forgot that was the thing, but now that you mention it. That said, I think the only component video cable I have is one for the PSP. Which is very unusual, I guess, that that's the only one that I have. Everything else was either composite to start with and I never picked up component cables, or is HDMI out, and switching to component cables would probably not be recommended there. Hey, yay, more of these stones that we're getting the lower level ones here. Oh, you. Oh, jeez. Unfortunately for you, buddy, I'm pretty sure that you're just, this thing. Worley. Slightly awkwardly named, I guess. This thing doesn't have the power to kill me. If I lose anything in this fight, I'd be really surprised. I'd be kind of surprised if I took damage, honestly. Especially if he just sits here spamming this move. Wait, does it not have audio? Or is that not counting the audio cables? Because, well, honestly, you know, why would you? We're talking specifically about video here. Yeah, see, even with this thing boosting its speed, we're still able to hit it decently well. You think you got audio from somewhere else? Huh. That's interesting. Let me take a look at my PS2 real quick. Fuck, excuse the noise. There is a optical out jack here. And I believe that is an audio jack of some variety. So that may be what you were doing, assuming that that is on your model of PS2. Is I just had that moment of like, wait a second, isn't there an optical audio out on the PS2? And I look and, yeah, at least there is on mine. Let's get that heal. Mostly I want the MP. I don't think there's any hard fights on this floor to worry about. Like, there's that one which is a grind, but that's about it. Like, oh no, it takes a while to do it. Duck in here. And we get another pretty stone. Okay, so you're not... You just tired out. That's fine. I can circle around. I can get the initiative. I can get some semblance of free experience here, I guess. It's gone. I guess it just faded out. Very weird. I see that happen occasionally, and I'm not really sure how, you know, regular that is of a thing to happen. Whirlies. That's not what we're really looking for here in terms of anything we need to see. Oh, hey. That's probably going to be a mushroom. This is something that might have some teeth to it, though, so... You might actually have a chance, buddy. Not much of one, but... Oh, no, it's just this. We didn't get... That's right, because we only got Binoculus the one time we were down here before. Well, it might have been... It might have been that if your cable doesn't have... if your cable is literally only composite video. That's about all I can suggest, really. Gotcha. I'd say unless it was just a really weird-looking composite cable, that would be very strange. Well, there's plenty of good stuff on the PS2, so... You know, by all means. And there's still a few limitations in terms of emulation for PS2 stuff, so it's not... We're not at a point yet where people are... making, like, you know, we don't have MSU-1 or anything like that for PS2 yet. So, we're not in a weird position of, like, emulation is actually better than console in some cases. Although I think you have a pretty good PC, so you would be able to emulate. Whatever. But yeah, you've got... It definitely sounds like you're pretty set on a couple of decent titles for the PS2. But of course, the PS2 library in general is full of so much good stuff that it's kind of hard to not just at least run into a situation of, oh, hey, I have a really good set of stuff for this. Wow. This area... Well, there's our item that we need. I'm feeling pretty sassy right now, so I think I want to actually go try and fight the boss. So we're going to go all the way into the depths of this area. Now those damage numbers are getting nice and good. But let's go over here and sandbag a turn to get some more mana. Here we go. Alright, you go get some rest, Retro. Have a nice one. Around this tree? No. So this will be our slightly late in the level, really, source of the damaging skill, which I think is called Ulviluna here. Yeah. Look at that. Big and nasty. And it just broke straight through our wall. That's a lot of damage. Saw this boat in half and all that. Heal. I think we can just keep doing damage for a little bit here. Yeah, see, these things do scary amounts of damage with the spell, but that's only a once-in-a-while thing that they do, even, so... Oh. That's a bit of lag. That was a little strange. I didn't drop any frames or anything. Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit of lag now. That's funky. There's stuff going on in the background on my computer. Or is it just like, get on with it, Jesus Christ! I definitely should probably reboot my computer after this stream. We got a flying frog over there. That's good.
Die!
No, you. Alright, what do you got for us? There's two options here, actually. And only one of them is of real use to me. Man, yeah, here we go. The source of that damage spell. And there we go. There's our first evolution for this fella. Now everybody's at least slightly evolved in our party. That's nice, I think. Alright, healer. Healers adjust. Wait. Wrong game. Excuse me. That actually came through. Wow. Hooray! Done with that fight. Yay. Alright. More cash from that stone. And from that one. See, they're giving me a bunch of the good ones here. That's nice. Are you stuck? Are you doing weird animations? Yes. Yes, it is. So let's get this going. So we should have enough in the tank to get away with. Yeah, we can take a turn to heal. We should have enough damage to end this fight the next turn. And yeah, we don't even take damage here because Mush tries to attack us and instead of charging. And missed. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so here's the flying frog that we saw earlier that is very... I don't remember what this does. I think it just has like a defensive move, like it has something that's basically like cover. Yeah, it's literally just called cover. So it might have a little more defense when we try to slap it, but that's about it. It's not gonna be a really impressive fight, that's for sure. Actually, it may only be the upgraded version of that move that actually gives it a defensive boost when it tries to cover an attack. You know, correct me if I'm wrong there, which I very well might be. In fact, I probably am. Oh! Yeah, see? We can see how wrong I am there. Nice. Real good. Heal. I mean, in theory, it's got its uses if you apply it to a really tanky creature, which I don't think that particular Slimy is very impressive. But I don't 100% know why it needs 2 levels. I'm pretty sure they're basically just the same. Maybe one gives you a little more defensive boost or something.
Hey,
That'd be about
you're
it.
a Gara fan. What kind of spells can they use?
Let's see. There's a spell that creates a wall in front of your beast. It blocks attacks, so it's really effective.
Sounds like it'll really beef up my defenses.
Nice switching voice there,
Gara
buddy.
divine beasts have the image of being slow, but that's not a problem. There's a spell for boosting speed,
Yeah, but that's a
Wow,
slimy thing, buddy.
That's great.
but they are vulnerable to poison and such. It's their only flaw.
Gotta avoid those status effects. Yeah, The poison that does a maximum of 30 damage at its highest level, which, to be fair, remains a significant number for a reasonable chunk of time. Alright, we do our usual here. Oh, hey, shop.
This is an unusual.
What do you got, buddy? Well, first of all, before I find that out, dump all this stuff out. Oh, I didn't realize I had that 10-die herb in here. I got that a while ago, even. Alright, do not sell the scroll. What do you have for sale? You should have a cocoon for sale. Blade tail, yes. This is one of the ones that was otherwise unavailable. So let's grab that.
Thank you.
And 3,600 is a little expensive, but hey, it is some content that will never have been seen before once I bust it out. Or, well, I mean, the people who have played this version of the game before have seen it. But I don't think that it was a... I don't think that that attack even showed up in the original game, is what I'm trying to say. Can you aim for the middle guy? Yes, but you can't kill him. Damn. That's a shame. That's not for not trying, at least. Yes. Alright, let's do our damage. Unfortunately, we'll probably be next week when I'm able to show it off, but still... very cool. I'm looking forward to it too. And there we go. One more egg to go into our supply. I think that gives us all of the leaf eggs. So we can have any of those that we want on our team once we raise them up. And that's always neat. Always nice to have those kind of options, like I say. It's one of those. Well, honestly, I'm just looking to fight the boss and then, you know, not have to fight anything else around here if possible. Aside from maybe a seed beast for this, if that is a thing that's available to us. Oh, we're getting a mixed-up enemy party here. This is pretty cool. We see very few of these ever. But also, we're going to escape instead of dealing with it. I don't want it. I don't want any. Let's do this now, I guess.
Scram!
Yep, so here we go. We're getting pretty close to a big new skill that we will not be able to merge on straight away, but still, that's a good one for us to get. And we can actually take out that wall in one shot from the C rank skill while we are boosted up, and that's pretty great. Because we're going to have to spend a lot of turns just sandbagging to regenerate MP, basically. However, I don't think this thing does a whole lot of damage for us to worry about, so that is perfectly fine by me. Yeah, okay, you go ahead and do that. We'll be able to sneak one more in, right? Is this one more that's boosted? I don't think we're boosted anymore. Yeah. Boost is over. And yeah, we're getting that weird sound glitch with the magic. That's been a thing just for a while. I don't know what's up with that. Alright, so we bring in the sandbagging expert here. Dinuba to do a little bit of that. Oh hey, you actually got through the wall. Nice, I think. Real nice, buddy. Alright, over here. Do our setup again. And we just carve through with 2 turns of Fireside, and then switch to one of the other 2 to do it again. Assuming we don't end the fight by then. Which we'll see. We will see. Yep, and yeah, you set up another barrier immediately. Yeah. Very nice. That thing's got a lot of health, and it takes a bit of strategy to get through the barrier. Or just draining its MP to nothing, I guess, is an option. But once you get there, pretty decent reward. Do we have... We only have the Tendai Herb for mana recovery. That's a shame. This boss fight could get ugly once we get in there. If we don't have a ton of mana. Although that said, considering what the boss's main method of offense is, maybe it'll work out okay. Can you guess what it is before you see it? I won't give it away yet. That's right, it's a head injury victim. This is the fully evolved version of Mash and Mush. It's called Shroomy because, you know, effort when it comes to making names, right? And oh, you're starting out with Baradia. That is potentially very annoying. But again, we're going to have to sandbag a couple of turns right off the bat. Alright, come on. Miss, please. That's all I want out of you. That's right. Alright, now we switch to Earth. And obviously Dash is just going to break the barrier down in one hit. There's no question about that. I'm pretty sure that even if we had Barradia at this point, our barrier would not be surviving that very easily. You son of a bitch! Wow, that is not really a thing that this asshole needs, is Psycho Attack. That's making me very upset already. And it just one-shots the barrier. And that is disgustingly unfortunate. I should probably go in for a blind when it's charging up its dash. So we may be about to take a really big hit here. I may have gotten a little too sassy for... Jesus Christ! I'm about to have a really... What in the fuck, dude? Why are you doing this much damage? This is one hell of a boss fight, that's for sure. Okay, you know what? Sure, keep doing that. I don't care. I don't have mana on this side anymore anyway. Let me just sit here. Okay, hopefully I actually have a holding pattern here of you just doing Psycho Attack. Alright, yes, just keep being a moron. Okay. Come on. Show me this respect. Air quotes, respect. You know, as many air quotes as you need on that. And we'll be good. I won't be able to drain this boss of mana. Look at how much MP this thing still has. But if this is all that's happening, and I just have to sit here mashing X on a wind side doing 20 damage a turn. See, we're down... We've gotten a third of this boss's health down already. Which, I mean, surely the pattern is going to change eventually, and we're going to have to... We're going to have to play smarter, not harder, but... Until then... I am perfectly willing to just abuse this. Yeah, this guy apparently hits, like, several trucks, and I didn't even remember it. Like, yeah, I know the dash do a lot of damage, but I didn't think it'd be a one-hit kill. And these 100+ damage Psycho Attacks, which, granted, yeah, I'm using a wind unit here, but still, 147! Dear God, dude. You are just going absolutely ballistic here. Actually, I'm pretty tempted to do something to speed this up a little bit, even though it's gonna basically pad this turn out. And I mean, yes, we're probably about to lose this barrier instantly, because that's fine, we don't really need it. I just wanted the attack boost. And that is exactly what I got. Yep. Unfortunately, our damage boost is not really that big with Regalia. It's looking like an 80% increase or so. I don't think it's worth it to do this shuffle every time. And provided that there is no strategic change, this boss is now free. I hope nobody who's watching this had anywhere else to be tonight, because, you know, the boxing match of the century, Floyd Money Mayweather versus 2 trillion ants. Yeah, that is true. I can't believe this shit is working, by the way. This is so stupid. This win is completely undeserved, but it's hilarious, so, like, I'm not gonna complain. Oh, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done in this game. And that's saying a lot, because wow. Not even grinding the boss's MP, just taking advantage of the fact that it's stupid. Well, you know what? Shoutouts to 2 trillion ants, because apparently Floyd Mayweather is getting his ass kicked by those ants. That's my sports advice for the evening. $3,000 experience, and one of us is not here to take advantage. Well, we unlocked Barren Earth, Deep Rhizome, Brilliant Gem, Brilliant Gem. I'm going to have a wander around here. And I'm probably going to get screwed if I go into any of these ogre vines. Like, surely Choco is going to be waiting for me and just be like, hey, yeah, here's a story fight that you can't run from. So perhaps I should approach that with care. We are, however, going to try and get everything here, just in case. I'm gonna risk it. If there's a Kalma in here, I can probably cheese it. I don't want to fight you. I mean, I want the guy's badge, but I mean, I guess I could use a citron powder. And we could, you know, patch ourselves up. But I don't know if that's a worthy trade. You know what? Fuck it. It's worth it. Let's do this. Alright, citron powder. Avalanche. Let's do this. Let's go fight the tree man.
Sir, do you know about evolved forms?
Or are you not
Of
a fight?
course. Evolved forms are the divine beasts, created when normal divine beasts evolve.
Evolved divine beasts, huh? But how do you make them?
Well, let me just say that the secret lies in the other beasts used in merging.
That's all? You just don't know.
How rude. Okay. This is a secret, remember. Let me say this. Once you find out how to make an evolved form, do it immediately. Making an evolved form quickly will make it even stronger.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Well, that was a waste of a citron powder, but I think that's okay. Well, I think we got a little bit of what we deserved for just cheesing that AI. I'm gonna try ducking into the first ogre vine here and then leaving just immediately after. I want a big gem if possible. Oh, there's this guy. Do I risk it? Actually, I know what move this guy has and it's garbage, but I want the reward anyway. Let's do this. I think we can do this. It's gonna not be a fast fight, but it's gonna be a free fight, basically. And then machoing. Earth Protect, which I think is guaranteed to just go first. But I think all it does is just block status effects or something. It's not good. And again, if we get a free turn like that to do setup, then the hell with you. Take my damage. Unfortunately, we're also looking at that issue where we've got to put up the barrier every time because it's a lot of damage. But we're absolutely risking this. This is not really a hard fight, so... You know what? A chunk of reputation, a chunk of cash. I think this is a little better than getting just a gem, which is what I was hoping for. It's just, hey, just cough out a lovely gem. We'll go back, we'll sell it, we'll get our 800, and we'll be that much closer to doing some big merges or buying that upgraded backpack. But this is some primo shit. Even with a move like Earth Protect. Earth Protect might have been bugged too, is the other thing. I feel like there was at least one A-tier Earth move that was hilariously bugged. So, this might be it. And hopefully that's fixed if so. Oh yeah. And we get a reasonable amount of experience points. And let's go back to the temple. Alright. Let's hand in our cocoons. We've got a fair amount from the Earth Forest here.
For anything.
And at least one water one. Let's do it. Let's see what we got. Froggy. Prevents stun, increases resistance to poison and petrify. That's an alright passive ability. MP up 2. Vitality up 2. Of course, Baradia is the real star there. Ramakia, Spirit up 2. That's pretty much the partner to that other one. Pretty good. Whirly, resist blind. That could be good. Machoang, prevents poison. Yeah, boost defense, returns attack. I don't know that that's actually, like, properly set up to work. And here we go. Here is the one that you have never seen the cocoon for, the Blade Tail. It's our water Scorpy. Psycho Snatch, it just steals MP. Okay. So not quite what I had said before, but yeah. Not a move that I think I've seen anybody in the game use. So right now we have only one merge we really want to and need to make, and that will be to get Agnite onto Avalanche. And then we hatch our other egg. We hand in the Chosen One scroll, hatch that egg, sell some items. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm glad they put all that stuff back in, and that is something that we will definitely be busting out maybe a little later on, but at some point it will absolutely happen. Because remember what's going to happen once we get slot 6, which is what I'm going to do at the start of the next stream. I'm going to try and do some off-stream level grinding and go pick up the cocoons that we missed from the past few forests. I'll, be trying to remember to do that. Because I've been forgetting for the last few however longs.
Thank you.
We'll try and get that, and once we do, next stream we will start off by getting slot 6 on our Beast Amulet, and we will be putting our current Wind Center position to the Wind Water corner, who has Life Attack.
Oh, it's you, Kahu. Oh, could it be?
So it will be a little bit before we show off Psycho Snatch, but
Really?
that will appear
I'm
in the
so
future,
glad.
don't worry.
Thank you. What do you want as a reward? Maybe a nice portrait of me?
No thanks.
Oh, too bad. Then I'll give you this. Thank you, Kahu.
We don't have any walls to put it on, come on. Alright, we get that egg, we got our 16 reputation. Let's check for quick jobs we can grab here. Curiosity defeated at the fire tower, so that's a little while until then. Trading it for 5 pretty stones. I'm going to take this, and we will probably be grabbing that off camera, but again, that's a pretty cheap purchase. It could be potentially pretty solid, depending on what it comes to us with.
Find something good in the...
I'm pretty sure it'll have the B rank poison move. And I wouldn't really know what else after that, but we'll find out when we find out. Yeah.
Find something good...
This is one of those games that I do love just experimenting around with all of the different things that we have available to us, because goodness, we have a lot that we can mess with. Yeah, let me double check that I didn't forget any eggs in here or anything. That sleep spore I don't think is super high tier like I thought it was, but... Favorite side at this time in the playthrough? Well, right now, our fire side is doing pretty good for itself. Again, even with only having just upgraded to Agnite, we've got pretty good damage on board. But obviously the earth side is just killing it with that buff.
Hello.
That Regalia buff, having access to that this early on, even though it was a costly endeavor, it cost us a nice chunk of change, that is such a good move. That is the thing that really props the rest of our team up. Our water side is going to be interesting because we're doing something that I very rarely do by bringing some attacks over there. And our wind side, admittedly, our wind side has been doing very well with what it has, but that's not a whole lot that it does have. So in the future, we will get to see some more out of that, though, because of course we'll be adding an additional member to that part of the team. So yeah, that said, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.